behavior that was
Well, that would be inappropriate, right?
very inappropriate, sir. Especially in this sense of society.
I completely understand.
It's funny. People really like the Olympics, right? But you know what they would do after the Olympics? It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
Yes, I'm well aware. Good morning, Your Honor, or good afternoon, Your Honor.
Sorry, Judge.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Monday, July the 15th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings scheduled for this afternoon. I'm just going to go down the docket here. Well, let me see who's here. Let's see, Hector, Marina de Leon. Who are you? What case are you here on, Ms. de Leon?
I'm Alonso de Leon mother, one of your inmates.
Okay, who's his attorney?
Sergio Sanchez.
Okay, well, put your microphone on mute, please.
Sure.
First case we're gonna call is C3173-24-E, State of Texas versus Jose de Leon. Mr. de Leon, you speak English, correct? O español? Okay. You understand English? Yes, okay.
He does understand.
Hector Busto.
Your Honor, Hector Busto.
Mr. Busto, I'm not sure if you're aware, but your client does have an ICE hold.
I understand that, Judge. I was looking over the bond at 2,500. It's low, Judge, but one of the issues we have in Judge, kind of trying to figure out if the indictment was to go through or not. He's been in custody over a month or so. I think we're going on 2 months. I just kind of want to see where we're at with the grand jury and things of that nature, Judge. His misdemeanors have been dismissed, and I know it's a court's policy not to grant bond reductions on the on cases that have ICE holds, Judge. But if we reach the 90-day point, I think the court will be in a situation where he's not indicted, where PRs are mandatory, Judge. So I just kind of see where we're at. He's a retained client. I want to see where we're at in terms of the grand jury.
It's not my policy not to grant bonds on ICE hold. I
apologize about that, Judge.
Somebody told you that. That's not true.
Okay. But what I can do, Judge, given the fact that he does have some misdemeanors, they've been dismissed and he received time served, I'll certainly I'll go in and pass my writ of habeas corpus, Judge, and I'll just wait till he gets closer to that 90-day, Judge, and I'll readdress it to the court.
Well, I don't know where's the state at on this case?
Your Honor,
yes,
sir. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Joaquin Zamora here for the state. Our position is no bond reduction. It's already at 2,500 cash surety for a second-degree felony offense. Basic facts is defendant is allegedly pointed a gun at the victim. At the time of the offense, it's alleged that a protective order was already in place. We're asking that any bond reduction be denied. I will advise the court that the offense of aggravated assault, the date offense I have is October of 2020, and it is an intake. It's an intake, and I will make a note to our felony intake division to have this case expedited.
Judge, and that was the reason for filing writ, Judge. This is a COVID case, I believe.
Right.
And since hasn't been indicted, I know he bonded out really quick on that bond whenever he received that. But I do believe too that if this is a case where the alleged victim's wife is the victim, Judge, she was going to file an affidavit on non-prosecution as well.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that.
I wasn't sure if that was a typo. I saw a date of 2020 on the complaint, but some of the other charges say 2024. So
yeah, Judge, the misdemeanors, he got time served and for a DWI, and I believe we got him resisting arrest, so they dismissed that case.
Okay. Now reduce it to 1,500. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Maybe the state move
no
on.
contact with victim, Your Honor?
No contact with the victim, yes.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
Judge.
I want to say there's an EPO in place, like the protective order.
Yes, sir.
It was issued by the magistrate. You're not to have any contact, Mr. De Leon, with Norma Vasquez for 91 days. And this will expire September 2nd of this year. But I'm going to ask that you not have any contact until this case is resolved. We'll go within 200 yards of the address located at 2111 South Saltillo Circle in Westico. The
Wait a minute.
magistrate warned you of this when they arraigned you. You'll be given a copy when you're released if you make bond. I'm warning you now, if you go by that address or if you make contact with her, or if you contact her from jail, that's a violation and you will be facing new charges. Do you understand that?
Judge, can I ask Mr. Zamora a question? If they're gonna go file an affidavit of prosecution, affidavit of non-prosecution, where do they go with no cause number, Mr. Zamora?
We do not accept any or make appointments for alleged victims interested in doing affidavit non-prosecution. Pre-indictment, it's only accomplished after post-indictment.
Oh, okay. That's what makes it a little difficult.
I understand.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Zamora.
All right, thank you.
We'll continue our discussion later, sir, for coffee or something.
Yes.
Bye.
Next case, we're gonna call Sergio Sanchez. Where you at? I thought I saw him. There you are. Okay. Don't go away, Sergio. You got a couple of them this afternoon. First one we're gonna call is C3128-24-I, State of Texas versus Pedro Avalos. Mr. Avalos, no habla inglés, ¿verdad? Okay. Mr. Sanchez, go slowly so that they can interpret for your client. Just so you're aware, he does have an ICE hold and he does have a protective order that was issued by the magistrate.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. My understanding is the bond is currently set at 20,000, Judge. I just wanted to confirm that with the court.
That's correct. The bond was reduced, I think, back in June from 75 to 10 to 20. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. And respectfully, we're asking for mercy. If the court could just simply admonish that there may not be sets of conditions given the immigration detainer that has just been confirmed. We're at the mercy of the court, Judge, given the immigration detainer. And if you could just please admonish Mr. Avalos to the complexity of what that creates.
Okay. What's the state's position?
Your Honor, again, good afternoon. Joaquin Zamora here for the state. The state's position is no bond reduction. The original bail amount has been reduced and was reduced back on July the 1st. This is an aggravated sexual assault offense, and the victim is his 6-year-old daughter. This is from September 2021.
Okay, Mr. Avalos, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You need to answer. Yes. Mr. Avalos, there's a protective order in your case. What that means is you cannot have any contact with the protected person for approximately 91 days. That'll expire on the 26th of September of this year, but I'm going to ask that order stay in place, no contact until this case is resolved. Do you understand that? Please don't, you can't even contact this person from jail. You cannot go near the address located, quite confidential. They'll give you a copy of the protective order if you are released. Your bond was reduced on July 1st from 150,000 to 20,000. Do you understand that? At this time, your attorney's asking that it be reduced further. At this time, I'm going to leave, based on the seriousness of the charge, I'm going to leave the bond as is at $20,000 cash surety. Do you understand that? Anything else, Mr. Sanchez, on that case?
Not on this case, Judge. And I'm ready whenever the court is on the others.
All right, you may have a seat, sir. The next case is going to be 3127-24-J, State of Texas versus Alonso de Leon.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Sorry. Okay. He's English speaking, Sergio, this is your motion. You may proceed.
Your Honor, so what I understand of this situation is there was a previous arrest that he's made bond on, and I represented him on that matter. It was multiple counts of pornography and I believe in indecency. He made the bond. Judge, I think this stems from the same allegation, and it's just kind of a different manner and means. Sometimes you see this at the arraignment process at the district court where new charges come out. Obviously here it's come forward sooner. We're just asking the court to take all that into consideration. I'm asking the court to consider a bond of 10,000 for this new additional amount, or for this new charge. And he's been in compliance. Also, Your Honor, this is not a post arrest offense. He hasn't violated the original bond conditions by picking up a new offense after the fact. I just wanted to point that out in the timeline of things.
Okay, what's the state's position?
Your Honor, state's position is no bond reduction. This is the charge before the court. Charging this defendant is aggravated sexual assault. The offense was reported June 27, 2024, involving that the offense occurred in the parking lot of a business located in the city of McAllen. And
Unlucky, I didn't read that.
yeah, the PC's there. So again, he's only been in custody since July the 3rd, so it's not even been 2 weeks, Your Honor. We ask that any bond reduction be denied.
Hold on, let me look at the PC statement.
Yes. Looks like the victim was being transported by the defendant for dialysis treatment.
Okay. It sounds like a separate offense, Mr. Sanchez, that occurred
Yeah.
post.
Judge, this is the first time that I see in the PT statement the offense allegation of June 27. That was just from previous experience that it was connected to the underlying counts. Your Honor, so I misspoke on that offense date.
Okay.
On the timeline of things. We're at the mercy of the court nonetheless, Judge.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Mr. You want to raise your right hand, please? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. De Leon, there is a protective order that was issued in this case by the magistrate. It's for 61 days, but I'm going to ask that you have no contact with the alleged victim. Go within 200 yards. You were given a copy of that protective order when you were arrested. If you make bond, you will be given a copy. Again, I'm going to ask that you have no contact with the victim until this case is resolved. You understand that? Even if the protective order is expired. Yes, sir. You said he made bonds. Verifications were filed on all those other charges. You understand that, right?
Yes, sir, Judge. I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of it, but obviously that affects everything, Judge. It looks like it's those 11 counts.
Verifications were filed on all 11 other counts?
That's correct. And also 1 count of indecency with a child.
Okay, that's right. Where do you live, sir? What city?
En Alamo, en Medelson.
Have a house, you rent, apartment,
I stay over there.
you work?
No, sir, and then when I was working in Cree, but I'm working right now.
Where were you working before?
It was through, for that, medical,
The transport agency? How old are you?
42, sir.
Where were you born? How long have you lived in Hidalgo County?
All my life.
Bond on the new charge. There'll be no contact with victim or victims. Will be reduced to $100,000 cash surety. He's got 11 counts of pornography at $10,000 apiece. I'll go ahead and reinstate those and just leave them the same at $10,000 each. One count of indecency, I'll reduce that to $10,000 cash surety. Anything else on that case, Mr. Sanchez?
That's all, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Judge, what was your ruling on that, on the?
The aggravated assault will be reduced to $100,000 cash surety.
There we go.
The 11 counts of child pornography will remain at $10,000 cash surety. The indecency will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety.
Very good. Thank you.
I think you got another one, Sergio. You may have a seat, sir. Next case we're gonna call is C 3176-24-C, State of Texas versus Isaias Diego. Speak English, Mr. Diego? Yeah. Sergio, this is your motion. You may proceed. He's in speaking.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, I have a total of 52,000. And I mean, that very well may be 50 on the felony and maybe 2,000 on the misdemeanor. American citizen. And these are nonviolent offenses, Your Honor. We're just at the mercy of the court, hopeful for a reduction.
Your Honor,
The complaint has been filed, Sergio, on the two misdemeanors. CR 24-07175D and CR 24-07176D. So all we're looking at is the Mandel charge at $50K. What says the state?
Your Honor, Joaquin Sabana here for the state. The state is recommending a bond reduction to 30,000 cash surety.
You speak English, right, sir? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You need to answer. You need to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Then you can put your hand up. How old are you, sir?
21.
Where do you live?
Mission,
A little louder, please.
Mission, Texas.
Who do you live with?
With my mom.
You have a job? School?
I dropped out 9th grade.
Are you on probation right now, sir? Or parole?
I was in probation.
Was or still are?
My leaders, there should still be in probation.
When was the last time you reported?
Last month. I don't know.
Report?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Not sure if you're aware, Mr. Sanchez, but your client is on probation. Looks like 2 counts. I didn't see a revocation in there. But he was placed on probation, looks like September of 2023 for a 2-year period on a possession and the possession of controlled substance and a POM. I haven't seen any revocations filed on either case. I'm gonna order monthly testing, which means probation is gonna, well, you need to report, if you get out, you need to report to probation. I'm gonna order that they test you monthly. If you come back positive, we'll revoke your bond and put you back in jail. Do you understand that? Make sure you show up to probation. If you do make bond, you understand that they may revoke your case and your bond on the probation cases, and you may end up back in jail anyway. Do you understand that? Bond would be reduced on the man-bail charge to $10,000 cash surety with monthly testing. Anything else, Sergio, in that case?
That's all. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you very much, Judge.
Hold on, I think you've got another one. Today's your lucky day, you got them all. I'm gonna call C 3160-24-A, State of Texas versus Albert Padron.
Yes, sir.
You speak English, Mr. Padron?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sergio, this is your motion also. He is English speaking. You may proceed.
Your Honor, I think this was a reset from last week. Maybe you rescheduled us to today.
Did we, I know there was one day we had. Is it a reset? No, I don't think so, Sergio.
Judge, okay, Your Honor, I don't have this case on my schedule, Your Honor, but respectfully, we are asking for the court to consider reductions. I am appointed counsel, and I'm not aware of
Robbery charge.
Yes, Your Honor, understood, Judge. We understand the severity of the case. But again, we are asking for the court to consider mercy and the time that he's already spent in jail.
All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, in this particular case, we are recommending no bond reduction. We believe that the current amount is satisfactory to ensure that the defendant appears for court. He does have prior arrests and cases from January 13th of this year, March 23rd of this year, and March 26th of this year. And obviously he picked up this additional offense with a date of June the 10th of 2024. He's been in custody a little bit more than 30 days. We request that any bond reduction consideration be denied. The offense
Judge,
is ag rob.
Judge, I think part of the confusion is Carlos Quintana was also appointed. That's what's thrown me off a little. I do see that I'm on the aggravated robbery, Judge. Again, we're at the mercy of the court. I'm happy to work hand in hand with Mr. Quintana. I know him well, but that's what threw me off slightly, Your Honor. Pardon.
Yeah, he's got a fraud case that looks like it's got a hearing. I don't know if it's an arraignment or a pre-arraignment tomorrow, actually. And that one is Carlos Quintana on that case.
Yeah.
I
It looks
did
like
read the complaint on this case. Very serious allegations. These individuals, a couple of them.
Yeah. It also looks like the bondsman's forfeited the bonds on some of those felony offenses.
Based on the seriousness of the charge, the fact that he's got pending felony cases, at this time, I'm gonna deny any bond reduction on this case. Bond will remain the same at $25,000 cash surety.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Hang on, Sergio, is that all of them? Yeah, that looks like all of them. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Down here, though. The next case we're gonna call, Mr. Selly.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor.
C3081-24-I, State of Texas versus Mario Rivera. Can you get a hold of? Mr. Rivera, you speak English?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rivera is present. Chris Sully, this is your motion. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rivera has been in custody since June 27th, Your Honor. He has one charge for burglary of a habitation with intent to commit another felony, has a $50,000 cash surety bond. I'm representing him by appointment. He was found to be indigent. He was unemployed, with no assets at the time that he was arrested. In looking at his priors, Your Honor, I was only able to find one prior conviction, which was a misdemeanor. So this appears to be his first felony, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't been able to access the probable cause statement, but my understanding is that he may have been living with his father at the time, and that was the habitation that was allegedly burglarized or entered without permission. But regardless of that, Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider, in light of his indigency and his lack of felony criminal history, to consider a bond reduction in this case, Your Honor.
What says the state?
Joaquin Sabana here for the state, Your Honor. Again, the state opposes any bond reduction. The victim is in fact his family, his father, where he had burglarized and taken items outside of the household. He's been bothering and burglarizing his family. He's been in custody since June 27th, approximately 3 weeks. We believe that for the protection and safety of the community and obviously the victim, that the bail amounts remain the same.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Rivera. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 24 years old.
You got a job?
I'm currently on unemployment benefits. I lost my vehicle, my personal vehicle. My wife only had one more vehicle for me and my kids. We're borderline of losing it too, and I cannot claim my unemployment benefits. I'm in here, you understand me?
Where were you working before?
I did pipeline. I was working in Laredo. I worked for like about 6 months there, and then I got laid off. And I claim unemployment benefits, but you know, my wife has
Are you on probation or parole?
my wife has no source of income because
How many kids do you have?
3 kids. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. Well, it's gonna be 1 next month already. The beginning of August. Yeah, I'm the only source of income for my wife and like 3 kids, and we're borderline and losing the other vehicle we got. So I can't even
You
think.
live on the same property where your father lives?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not in the same house?
Sorry?
Not in the same house?
It's the same property.
Two different things. Is there 2 houses there, or is it 1 house and you
There's
live?
2 houses there.
Okay, so you live on the same property,
Yeah.
separate house?
No, yeah, I sleep in the front, but all my property there, I have 2 vehicles, there's just 2 separate houses, but
Is there 2 separate houses? Okay, do you live in the same house as your father?
yeah, I sleep there.
I don't think your father wants you back there anymore, sir.
I understand that.
I ask that you not go back there. Your wife stays in there too?
No,
Where does your wife stay?
with my mom, with my mother-in-law.
We'll order monthly testing, drug testing. Probation's gonna call you to show up to go get tested. If you don't show up when they tell you to show up, you're gonna end up back in jail, you understand?
Yes, Your
If
Honor.
you show up, you're positive for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna end up back in jail, you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
All right,
You can help me out a little bit more, Your Honor?
$10,000, so I'm gonna leave it at $10,000. Anything else, Mr. Selly?
Your Honor, does the court want him to call probation when he gets out, or to provide his number for them to call him?
You have a cell number, sir?
How can I don't know what I have written down right here. It's 956-762-0137.
That's your cell?
Yeah, that's my cell.
You make bond, probation's gonna contact you, make sure you answer, make sure it's set up so they can leave you a voicemail. If they call and tell me you're not answering your phone, we're gonna have a hearing, see why we shouldn't put you back in jail, do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, but does that mean I'm still gonna go ahead with my case outside of?
This is just a bond reduction, sir. You're gonna have to show up at the courthouse at a later time with your attorney to take care of this case, do you understand that? This is just to get you out if you make bond.
Okay.
We're not resolving the case, you're gonna have to do that at the courthouse with your attorney.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Sully.
Have a good day, Judge.
You too. The next case we're gonna call is C 3171-24-I, State of Texas versus San Juanita Robledo. You speak
afternoon, Your
English,
Honor.
Mr. Robledo? This is David. David, good afternoon, David.
How are you doing, Judge?
English speaking,
Are
you
you-
may proceed.
Your Honor, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, thank you. Ms. Robledo is a single mother of 3 children, ages 13, 12, and 7. She is an appointed client. She is indigent. She has no violent history before this that I'm aware of from what I was able to look through. She has minimal any other history as well. She has stable residence, Your Honor, where her children are currently residing. That's where she'll go back to if she is able to make bond. She has recently finished rehabilitation and regained custody of her children. So she has shown the ability to learn from her mistakes, Your Honor. She is an unemployed nail tech. She intends to, when she gets out, to be able to go back to work. So she's willing and able to do everything right, Your Honor, to try to get out and take care of this case. Additionally, I've read the affidavit. Although it does allege violent conduct, there is obviously always a second side to the story. And I do believe that at a trial that there will likely be a defense of a third person, namely her children, from the woman that is the alleged complainant in this case. Ms. Robledo has indicated to me she has no problem having a no contact order. Judge, there's just nothing that I've seen that shows that she's a danger to the community or others. If anything, this is at worst a one-off, and she just doesn't have the funds to meet a $30,000 bond. What I would ask the court to consider is as close to a PR bond as possible so she can get out and be with her children and continue to make strides in her life.
What says the state?
Joaquin Sabana here for the state, Your Honor. In this particular case, the defendant does have a $30,000 bail bond. The state is recommending no bond reduction. This offense is from June the 12th, 11 p.m. The victim apparently was at a local motel when she was confronted by the defendant, who appears to have been the victim's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, and was accused of stealing her man, at which time the defendant struck the victim several times with a metal beam. The victim was found on the ground, sitting up against the wall and bleeding from her forehead. This defendant does have a prior DWI with a child and a failure to ID conviction as well. And she's now been in custody since, if I'm not mistaken, July the 5th. So it's been less than 2 weeks. We asked no bond
Raise your
reduction.
right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 30 years old.
Where were you born?
When?
Where?
McAllen, Texas.
What city do you currently live in?
Donna, Texas.
You have a house or an apartment?
No, I reside with my aunt.
Your aunt? In a home or apartment?
It's a home.
Where are your children right now?
There with her.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
I didn't see a protective order, but I'm gonna order no contact with the alleged victim or victims, if there were more than one in this case. So don't be sending any messages on social media, text messages. Listen to me. No text messages, instant message, whatever. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
No phone calls. Don't be driving by anybody's house. You understand?
Your Honor.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
You want to argue about
Mr.
it? You can do that in court when you go to court.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Robledo, please don't speak about anything other than what he asked you.
Okay.
Reduce the bond to $5,000 cash surety. No contact with the victim. Understand me?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Don't contact that boyfriend either.
No,
I think that's behind her, Your Honor. That won't be a problem.
Anything
Yeah.
else, Mr. Lindemann?
Your Honor, that's all I have. Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Have a great
Judge.
day, Judge. You too, Mr. Zamora.
Next case we're gonna call is C 3169-24-East Texas versus Rose. Getty? Briganti. Veronica, this is your motion. Your client is present. You may proceed.
Good afternoon, Judge. My client is charged with aggravated robbery. The bond's currently set at 25,000 cash surety. And speaking with my client, she has very little, if any, funds to put towards a bond. Your Honor, in reviewing her history, I don't believe she has any violent history of any other violent offenses. I would at this time be requesting any consideration on a bond reduction to something that more reasonable that she could manage, Your Honor. I know it would have to be a category, but.
Okay. What says the state?
Your Honor, this particular case, the charge is aggravated robbery. Bail amount is currently at 25,000 cash surety. We are recommending no bond reduction. She has been in custody since June 19th. And reviewing the probable cause was a robbery.
We have the co-defendant in here.
Yeah, there's a co-defendant involved.
Yeah, we had the co-defendant here earlier.
Yeah, Padron.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we're recommending no bond reduction. And with regards to her prior criminal history, she has a fraudulent use possession of identification from August 2023, a drug charge, state jail, November 2023, another drug charge, third-degree felony possession controlled substance, December 2023, and a temporary charge from August of 2023.
I think 3 of those charges have already been indicted.
Yes.
The fraud and tampering charge was indicted, 3283-24J.
That's
Looks like
correct.
Eloy was appointed on that. And then the 2 of the possession charges, 3347-24J and 3351-24J. Looks like they've been indicted also. Looks like the public defender's office represents her on those cases.
Yes, Your Honor. So,
She was out on bond. She picked up an additional charge, a very serious charge. Based on the fact that she was already out on bond, she has 3 charges pending, and the seriousness of this charge, this time I'm going to deny any reduction in the bond amount.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Next case we're going to call is C 3158-24-F, State of Texas versus Mary Trevino. Ruben Luna, you there?
I'm here, Judge.
Good afternoon, Ruben. How are you?
Not bad at all. Just got back in town. Apologize for missing last week, Judge.
Okay. You may proceed. Your client's you speak English, ma'am?
Yes.
Your client's present. She is English speaking. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Trevino has been in custody for over 120 days. We're just asking the court to grant PR bonds on those 3 counts of manufacturing, delivery of controlled substance. Each one is set at 50,000 cash surety. I'm concurrently filing a motion to set bond on her motion to revoke that is pending in the 389th.
There's actually an order of commitment on that case, Ruben, that says no bond, but I guess you're going to request one.
That's correct, Judge.
What says the state?
Your Honor, Joaquin Tawai here for the state in a particular case. We are recommending that all bonds be reduced from 50,000 to 25,000 cash surety and have a drug patch.
4 counts, right?
Yes, I see 4 counts.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? How old are you? How old?
38.
Where were you born? Where do you live?
I was
What city do you live in?
San Carlos. I was living there for 6 months.
The family here in Hidalgo County?
Yes, my mom lives in Elsa.
Ma'am, currently, even if I reduce your bond, there's a motion to revoke on that probation case. Are you on probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, based on the new charges that you picked up and some other allegations, that your attorney's gonna try and get you a bond on that. Currently, there's no bond set on it. I'm gonna order that if you do make bond, and get out on this case and that other one, if you continue reporting to probation, that they test you monthly. Bond will be reduced to $2,500 cash surety times 4 on each count.
Yes, Judge.
Anything else on that case, Ruben?
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Ruben.
Joaquin.
Good seeing it.
They didn't bring Guadalupe Hernandez in, right?
No, they canceled it.
Yeah, Mr. Zamora, we had one more on the docket. It's Sally Connick's case. She called right before the hearing, asking that it be reset. She had a personal matter she needed to address. Do you have a recommendation on that?
Yes, Your Honor, Joaquin Zamora here for the state. We were recommending reduction from 20,000 cash surety to 5,000 cash surety.
On each count?
Yes.
I think there was only 3. The misdemeanor complaint was filed already, the burglary of coin-operated machines. So it'd be 5,000 times 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anybody's name we didn't call?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got everybody working. Thank you for your help.
All right. Thanks so much, Judge. You have a good afternoon.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.